Hello there. Just in a sort of hobbit outfit here. Okay, I'm dropping the accent. Hey nerds, fellow nerds. Time to show off some Lord of the Rings swag. This skull is from the Paths of the Dead. This scarf is all I could find of the elven cloak material that I have. The rest is in a cloak somewhere. This belt is from Weta, sort of an Urukai thing. Speaking of which, some of you may know I survived Helm's Deep, and like my dad, I am an honorary member of the Urukai battalion, which is where this belt maybe comes from. But you might also know that I spent most of my time at Helm's Deep as a member of the Rohirrim. I did not have such a good sword back then, but from my dad and fencing lessons, and from the stuntman and actor Solid Baker, I learned 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and some fancy figure eights. But that is not all I learned at Helm's Deep and at Moria. I learned from the dwarves and the elves. Now, this is a foam rubber John Rhys Davies scale throwing axe. It's a prototype. Didn't get to the point of being painted, so I got it from Weta. Now, it's amazing. It's made of foam rubber. There's a wire in it to keep it stiff, but it's really, really beautifully weighted right in the middle. I was, some 6 inches shorter than I am now, at least. And while I was hanging out at Helm's Deep, Brett Beatty, who was the size double and stunt double for Gimli, and did a lot of the fighting at Helm's Deep, he was gracious enough to teach me some of the axe techniques he developed, which are sort of derived from staff work. And like some of it, and at the time this was this is John Rhys Davies scale for a throwing axe, but it was kind of close, a little smaller to the Brett scale of the smaller of Gimli's main axes, and for me at the time it was a little bit more suited as well. I can still do the cool move. Tom, you might recognize it from Lord of the Rings. You also might recognize it from Conan the Barbarian, done much slower and awkwardly with the sword. Some more sound issues. Okay, let me get a good space, and so it's behind the back, like that. Which again, because this is weighted so well, it's great with this, but you can do it with a staff. He also taught me some of this stuff, switching, and then I came up with some of my own ideas while practicing with a broom by my dad's trailer. But that's not all. I also learned some elven dagger techniques. Now, unfortunately, I don't have any elven daggers. Here's a couple of Kali Eskrima sticks. Morgan Evans, who was initially assigned to be Orlando Bloom's stunt double, but Orlando, like my dad, ended up trying as much as possible to do his own stunts. But Morgan still had to help Orlando figure out sort of the Legolas fighting style, both with the bow and with the daggers. Now, these are a little longer, but I can show you the basic things. He taught me some stuff that reminds me of things I've learned in Filipino martial arts more recently, but is a little bit more twirly and fancy. So you can spin that way, you can spin that way, you can switch, you can switch again and keep everything sort of a figure 8, which now I'm just doing Filipino martial arts. With sticks you can do that. With elbow daggers, not so much. Anyways, just want to share that with y'all, and yeah, I'm super fortunate to have learned that stuff, and I really appreciate it. I just wanted to mention those two guys by name and thank them. Hope all you fellow nerds out there enjoy that. Sorry I'm doing it in the dark, but hey, Helm's Deep was shot at night.